I'm going to tell you everything you need to know before buying the Aegis Vanguard Warden, and we're starting right now.
Aegis Combat Assist activated. Systems green.
Thank you so much to all the support from patrons, channel members, and Twitch subscribers that make this possible. Welcome to A Star Citizen's Buyer's Guide. This is SubliminaL here, and today we'll be discussing the features, functions, and benefits of the Aegis Vanguard Warden. We'll cover a brief overview, take a tour, compare stats with similar ships, review pros and cons, and I'll give you my thoughts on the Warden. If you haven't seen it, my loadout guide for the Warden can be found here and on the end screen. I go live on Twitch just before every YouTube release. Come and hang out. Enough with the formalities, let's get to it. Aegis A3 Vanguard Warden is a long-range military fighter which features exclusive forward-mounted weaponry designed to tear through the shields and armor of other spacecrafts. So named because their multiple jump range allows them to form the vanguard of any military expedition. Vanguards have seen extensive service against the Vandal. The Warden is manufactured by Aegis Dynamics, a human spacecraft manufacturer based on Cestalis. Today, the company is a major manufacturer for both civilian and military crafts. The Vanguard Warden has three other variants: the E-Warfare Sentinel, the Dropship Hoplite, and the Fighter Bomber Harbinger. As of today, the Warden is not available for sale or upgrade on the Pledge Store standalone, but when it is, it sells for $260 and for a very limited time. And the Warden is available for purchase in-game for almost 3.4 million Alpha UEC. Now that we know a little bit more about the Vanguard Warden, let's take a tour. If you'd like to skip this tour, the timestamp is on screen and in the description. The first thing we notice is the massive size 5 laser repeater under the nose. Above this, we can see 4 proprietary laser cannons in the nose. This is not the stock loadout, by the way. Here we can see the intakes and our retro thrusters glowing. I like this aesthetic feature. Way up above this, we have the manned turret with 2 size 2 ballistic repeaters. Moving on, underneath the hull, we have the track landing gear exclusive to the Vanguard series. Here we can see the Vanguard's wings are tucked away in landing mode. Around the rear, we can see the dual main thrusters. Underneath here is where we have the main and only entrance into the Vanguard. The starboard side is identical to the port side. Let's take a look inside. As we close the door, we'll turn around to see where the quantum drive is stored. Heading back into the cabin, the port side has amenities like a nozzletron for nozzling and a food processor for processing food. Next to this, we have a munitions locker with 4 weapon racks. Further down, we have 2 beds that can be used to log out in. On the starboard side, we have the avionics access panel. Next to this, we have an engineering station. This isn't functional for me, but I think it's a bug. Let me know if you have this issue in the comments. And finally, at the end, we have the head. It has everything from a shower and first aid kit to a sink and mirror, and you guessed it, a hidden shitter. The turret is located in the middle of the cabin. Inside, we can see that the turret doesn't have a great view, but it's not terrible. The turret features a 2D radar and 4 MFDs, but no ejection feature. Let's head towards the flight deck. It does have a door to separate the pilot from the rest of the crew. On our way up, we can see that there is a hidden compartment labeled radar with a ghostly looking shield generator in it. The port side has Shield 1, Power Plant 1, and Life Support. The starboard side has Shield 2 and Power Plant 2. Getting closer to the cockpit, we have our last set of component housings that hold our coolers. And finally, we've made our way to the cockpit. Up top, we have annunciator panels. Below this, a 3D radar and 4 MFDs underneath. The Vanguard Warden does not yet have an ejection system. Now that we've taken a tour, let's see how it compares to other ships you might be considering. For comparison, I've selected 10 ships, some medium fighters, the other Vanguard variants, and some multi-crew ships. The Google Sheet document with this data is linked in the description. The Aegis Vanguard Warden weighs in at almost 239,000 kilograms and takes 8th place. It fits in at 38 meters in length and ties in last place with the other Vanguards, Freelancer and Valkyrie. It totes 0 SCU of cargo as well as most other ships on this list. It has a max crew size of 3 and ties in 2nd place with the Sentinel and Cutlass Black. Carries 2,500 quantum fuel units and ties in 2nd place with the Vanguards, Cuddy and Freelancer. It crawls by with an SCM speed of 169 meters per second and takes 8th place. It strolls by gingerly with a max speed of 1116 and takes 5th place. It has a maximum pitch rate of 54 degrees and ties in 4th place. It has a maximum yaw rate of 54 degrees as well and ties in 3rd place. It has a maximum roll rate of 108 degrees per second and ties in 8th place. It has a total hull HP of 25,000 and ties in 2nd place. It has a physical armor damage reduction of 2% and ties in 5th place. It has an energy armor damage reduction of 10% and ties in 2nd place with the Cuddy, Hornet, and Vanguards. It has an EM, IR, and CS reduction of 0%. The only ship on this list with stealth reductions is the Saber. It blasts its way in with a default pilot DPS of 1588 and takes 8th place. Watch my loadout guide to rectify this. It shoots its way through with a default turret DPS of 598 and ties in 3rd place with the Mist and Hoplite. It has a stock missile payload of over 47,000 and ties in 4th place. And the Aegis Vanguard Warden is available for sale in-game for a little under 34,000 Alpha UEC and takes the 9th spot. I'm excited to announce a new art series, Vessels of the Verse. This will be the first of many designs that will be released alongside buyer's guides and loadout guides. They will be available on Displayed in 48 hours, on the merch store in 24 hours. Desktop wallpapers are available right now to Twitch subs, patrons, and YouTube channel members, and mobile wallpapers are available for free via link in the description. Alright, let's weigh some of the pros and cons. I would say its pros are, as far as metrics are concerned, its weapon payload with a size 5 and 4 size 2s is unparalleled, excluding the other Vanguards of course. The weapon range of having a size 5 weapon on the nose is around 5,000 meters. That's a huge advantage. You can take out some enemies before they get close enough to do damage to you. The Vanguard series has pretty good hull HP. Its armor has some physical and a decent amount of energy reduction. Having 2,500 quantum fuel units is nice. You can equip the fastest size 2 drive and still almost make a trip from PO to Microtech and back. Having the weapon center mounted is great because if you lose a wing, you don't lose firepower. And having cabin space is great for box missions. And finally, its stock missile payload is great as well with 4 size 4 missile racks. For cons, I'd say its SCM speed is terrible. Having bespoke weapons means you don't have as much of a variety of choices. As well as having them fixed removes the option to be fully gimbal. It doesn't currently have an ejection feature. And finally, its price in-game at 3.4 million Alpha UEC is just insane. So what are my thoughts? Well, I've had so much fun flying around in Vanguards this week. It has overtaken the Banu Defender as my everyday driver because of its versatility, practicality, and devastating firepower. There isn't much I can't do, at least as far as combat is concerned, in a Vanguard. It totes an abundance of firepower, missiles, and room for friends and places for them to sleep. But with all that being said, I don't think I'll be adding the Warden to my fleet, even though it's one of the best combat ships we have in the verse. And the reason isn't because the Warden is a bad ship, it just has 2 siblings that have almost everything the Warden has, but either an EMP on the Sentinel or torpedoes on the Harbinger. But until I get to fly them around in the verse, my judgment is reserved. Make sure you're subscribed and have the bell clicked because my reviews of those are coming next. Those are my thoughts. Let me hear yours down in the comments. If you haven't already, make sure you check out my loadout guide for the Warden here. I went live on Twitch just before releasing this video. Come and hang out. If you enjoy this channel, there are so many ways to support it, ranging from free options like Prime Gaming subscriptions and sending Alpha UEC in the verse, sub club subscriptions, merch, to straight up donations. Head over to SubliminaLchannel.tv to learn how. Your support makes this channel possible. If not, your viewership, liking, and subscribing is greatly appreciated. To continue watching, here's a video I think you may like, here's a video YouTube thinks you may like, And until next time, citizens, I'll see you in the verse.